Hello everyone, Steve here from Tech Toy Tinker and Retro Arena. I'm going to take a few minutes today to do a tutorial video that will show you how to install Magisk and how to get Playstore on your RG353P. So what we're seeing right now, I've booted my second device that I've never used before. The only thing I've done is entered my Wi-Fi password. So we're going to start right at the very beginning and go all the way through until root and Playstore. The first thing you're going to want to do is obviously connect to the internet. But the second thing you want to do is you want to go to Settings, you want to go all the way down to About, and you want to tap the build number 5 times. This will enable developer mode. You then want to go to System, Advanced, and Developer Options. Now you're going to want to scroll all the way down, ensure USB debugging is enabled, and that developer options are on. The next step is you're going to want to open Chrome, and you're going to want to download 2 files. You want to download Magisk APK, which is from the GitHub, which you will see in a moment. You also want to download Device ID APK, which you will need later when we install Playstore. Again, you want to use the GitHub. Don't use the .com or any of the unofficial websites. When this finishes downloading, you're going to have to give it permission to install, like so. At this point, you can just press the B button. We also need Device ID. What that'll do is when we're installing Google Play in a little bit, it will allow you to get the key data for your Google Services Framework, or GSF, and you're going to need that to register Playstore, or it won't let you log in. APK Mirror here is an acceptable place to download this from. Now, once you have both of these things installed, and you've got developer options, what you're going to want to do next is you're going to want to connect your device to your computer with a USB-C cable that has data. As you can see here, because I haven't installed all this stuff yet, there is no Google Services Framework found. Later on in this tutorial, you will see a number there, and you need to copy that number when setting up the Playstore, which I will also show you later. And you can see here we have Magisk. The app is installed. That's the latest version, but we do not have any sort of kernel patch yet. Alright, so what you're going to do now, you're going to connect the device to your computer with the cable. And I'm going to pause this video for a moment, and I'm going to jump over to my computer because many of the next steps are done from your computer. So I'll be right back. And we're back here on the PC now. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to my website. I'll leave the link in the description. And you're going to want to go to both of these links here for XDA and the Google USB driver. Now, when you get to the XDA page, you want to click on Windows, Mac, or Linux, depending on what you are using. And you want to download and install this here. I put it at C. That's exactly like this right here is where I've got mine. So you want to do that. You also want to come over to the Google page, and you want to download and install the USB drivers. If you don't do both of those things, there's a good chance you'll have problems getting your device to connect properly, and you don't want that. So make sure you do that. Now, on my device here, as I stated, I put it directly at C. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open a command prompt, preferably not PowerShell. I had issues with PowerShell and it worked fine with command, so I stuck with command. Press the Windows key, type CMD. Now, here on the website, all the steps are actually listed as to what you need to do once you are connected. The first one is right here. Actually, I missed a step. You first need to go to that directory and make sure you can find the ADB device by typing ADB devices. What that did was it started the ADB daemon and then found the device. And now you want to type ADB shell. This has brought you into the actual device itself. You can check out the internal structure, issue commands. You want to enter SU to become root, and then you want to copy and paste these steps from the website here, these two things right here. Now what that's done is it's taken a copy of your boot.image or boot.img, and it's put that in the downloads folder of your device. I kind of did some humming and hawing if I wanted to go through the trouble to actually add this next step, because it's really simple. You put an SD card in, open File Manager, and copy it, but I'm going to show it anyways. So we're going to jump back to the device. Okay, so now we're back on the Android device, and what you want to do here is you want to go to Files, and then you want to go to Downloads, and you see there's now a boot.image there, which we just added from the PC with ADB. What you want to do now is you want to open Magisk, you want to click Install, select and patch a file, you want to navigate to Downloads, and you want to select boot image, and click Let's Go. This doesn't take very long at all, maybe 20 seconds. If that. See, there we go. All done. Now, with that completed, what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the File Manager, and you're going to select this patched image, and press Copy To. You want to insert a SD card into your Android device at this point, and you want to move to that SD card, and this is where you want to copy this file to. It's going to take a minute. You're going to let it copy. Then we're going to move back to the PC again, and we're going to move that file from the SD card into the folder that we're doing ADB from, Platform Tools, and rename it to boot.image. Looks like it's copied now, so I'm going to move back over to the PC again, and I'll see you in a moment. And here we are back on PC. So you're going to want to insert that card from your Android into your PC, and you want to copy this patched boot image here. You want to take it and put it right into the Platform Tools folder, and then rename it boot.image. You should still have your device connected to your computer, and you should have still left your ADB connection open. There's no reason to close any of that when going back and forth. Because we already have our patched image and everything in that sense is good to go, we're now at the step where we need to reboot into fastboot, which is as simple as typing reboot fastboot. Once you do this, your device will enter a different type of mode. You will see a bunch of text writing on the screen. That is normal, and it's not a problem. Don't play with your device. Everything we're doing will still be done here through the PC. You see how now I've typed fastboot devices instead of ADB? And that success right there means we are finished and you have successfully added Magisk root to your device. So now we're going to go ahead and type fastboot reboot and we're going to go back to the device. Okay, so here we are. We're back on the device now. I'm going to go ahead and unlock this. It's going to take a moment. You're going to want to grant this request, and it might actually crash the first time you do everything, which is okay. The device will turn itself off. Just turn it back on. It doesn't always do it, but every once in a while it does that during this process, which is fine. It's not a big deal. So you click on Magisk here. Ignore the abnormal state. It's because you can access SuperUser through different means that Anbernic included, such as through ADB and things like that, and the terminal. So now you can see that Magisk is installed and RAM disk is available. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to install the GApps. Actually, you can use the Git if you want. It's going to redirect you to the page that was right below this, though. You want core GApps. Like I said, it's going to redirect you to the SourceForge from there anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference what you click on. But you want core 1.1 zip. Click try to download anyways. It will download. It's going to take a minute because it's about 125 megabytes. And also you're going to see these pop-ups on your screen for a couple minutes after you boot while it's doing everything. You can suppress a lot of these messages by turning on Do Not Disturb and hiding notifications if you choose to. Also, because you now have Magisk, you can install Viper. You can install something that's called LSPosed, which is exposed framework. And once you've got that installed, you can also install Gravity Box and things of that nature. I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to install LSPosed, but to put it simply, you download the Magisk module and the APK, install the Magisk module and the APK, and reboot. Alright, so now our GApps is done. So now that GApps is finished, we're going to go in here, we're going to click Module, we're going to click Install from Storage, and we're going to click this. And we're going to let that process take a moment and install GApps. There's more to it after this. We have to register the device, which is why we installed that APK at the very beginning of this tutorial that I mentioned. Once it finishes, it's going to ask you to reboot, as so. And you're going to want to let it reboot because you don't have a choice. And we're back in Android. This is where it gets fun. You're going to want to make sure you turn your volume all the way down because these pop-up notifications are really annoying from Google until you get Play services working. As you can see, it's right here, but it's not actually going to work. You're going to try to open it and it's going to eventually spit out an error that you're going to have to correct. That error is that it's not registered. This device isn't registered. Google has no idea it exists or what to do with it. So you're going to have to use that application that we installed right at the beginning to get your Google Services Framework ID and share it with Google so they can allow you access to the Play Store. I actually made a Gmail account specifically for my videos, one that I don't use that's in no way connected to any of my personal stuff. For situations like this where I have no choice but to show you the password, otherwise I simply can't show you the next step. This does take a minute to sort itself out here. It's installing things in the background. And there's the error. So now you're going to want to go all the way down to Custom ROM and click Device Registration. If you didn't turn your device down as I advised, you're going to be getting a lot of pings in your ear right about now. Once you get to this point, you have to sign in. It's unavoidable. It usually goes a little faster if you swipe those notifications away. You can also block a lot of them too if you really wanted to by going into settings. See, this is why I had to make an account just to do this, because there's no way to do this without you seeing my password. So I made up a totally random password and a totally random Gmail. Now this is a box to enter your Google Services Framework ID. You're going to get that by going to the home screen here, clicking on the device ID APK we installed, and holding down the cursor on it, and then clicking copy. Now we're back here. You want to tap this space here. You want to go ahead and paste that in. And of course, it's going to have to make me do this. If you ever get stuck in a situation where you can't see to click the entire thing, all you need to do is rotate the screen. Click register. Go ahead and rotate the screen back also. It takes a couple, it's registered now, but it'll take a couple of minutes for Google to actually update itself and get everything figured out. But you can go ahead and close everything now. If it doesn't allow itself through in a minute. I'll just end the video there, because that's all you have to do at this point is literally just wait for it to certify and then log in and away you go. Right as I was about to end the video, Playstore decided to work, so I decided to add another segment on here just to show you guys that it's working here. So as you can see, I'm already logged into the Playstore. Kind of just browse around, see what you want. I haven't really checked out all of the games, to be completely honest, because I don't really play that many Android games, but they are here, and I'm quite sure that they do work. But we'll test a couple anyways, just to make sure. I've already installed VLC Media Player and Redream as well. I'm using the D-pad right now. The D-pad and joystick both work out of the box in Redream. You probably will have to configure some controllers, but not a big deal. Or some buttons, I should say. I don't even really want Talking Tom, I just wanted to see if it worked. The top part of the text is slightly off the screen on my actual device too, which leads me to believe it's actually the game and the screen not getting along, not the device itself. You get the idea. I don't want to keep you guys here for too long, I should say, so I'm going to wrap up the video with that. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy being rooted with Magisk and the Playstore. Take care.